Hi, welcome to a series I call 5 Minutes with My Animals. Sometimes they're not my animals though, but I'm going to follow these guys around for 5 minutes and see if they have anything to teach us about their natural behaviors. Starting now. So these are not my horses. I unfortunately don't own horses at this point in my life. But I love them dearly and have been riding since middle school. On the left is a Pasofino named Cabrilla, and on the right is it's either her dad or grandfather, is another Pasofino named Picasso. Yes, that's right. And you can see how the coloration has trickled down. However, it really depends on who the mom is, because Picasso is definitely grandfather to another horse here that is completely brown. With horses, brown horses with a black mane and tail with black on their legs is actually called a bay horse. Horses like these two that are multicolors, there's a bunch of names, some of which I don't know for sure. There's like Pinto is kind of a specific one that's also a breed, not just a color. If I'm wrong on that, I'm sorry. Please correct me gently below. Some people would just call them spotted, even if there's not really spots per se. Or piebald, or there's a lot of different words. So I'm not sure which type of multicolor these guys are. You can see Picasso, especially on the right. He's trying to swish bugs off of himself with his tail, but he can't always reach. So sometimes he uses his foreleg and his head together to get rid of some of the pests. You can also see that they have the hair that hangs down between their ears towards their front is called a forelock, and it helps keep the flies off their eyes, actually. You also see them kind of stomp in place. That'll get some of the pests off. There's lots of fly sprays and chemicals and natural things for, bugs that might bother our horses, but they're still gonna be at risk somewhat, even if they're kept inside. As far as I know, nobody has a completely sterile stable that's insect-free. We wish we could. My goodness. I feel bad for the horses that have them collect around their eyes or feet. Sometimes you'll see them actually look like they're in some kind of space helmet. It's called a fly mask, and it's mesh that up close you can see through no problem. But it keeps the flies from landing on their sensitive eyes and sometimes ears, sometimes even nose, actually. It extends low. Horses are grazers. They, eat grass and small plants in the wilds over a very long range. So they're pretty much constantly on the move. And being on the move for them is important because they can't bring food up. Like, they can't throw up food. They can't do it physically. So everything has to go out the other end. And the motion actually helps their gut to stay mobile. So you'll hear a lot of equestrians get all excited if their horses poop, and it's because it means the system is flowing through properly. If air gets trapped in their gut, it can keep expanding and basically kill them because it explodes. Maybe not as dramatically as that, but we got to know about their biology because it's pretty important, that part with horses. The resulting condition is called colic. It's something that any animal can suffer from, really. Gas, basically. But for horses, it could be fatal. Let's see. We're about a minute out. There's a purple martin birdhouse over here that is very noisy right now. Very active. Those are actually registered with an organization to keep track of purple martin. Sorry, that's the name of the bird. I'm not kidding. It's purple martin. To keep track of that population. And there are 33 acres of wildflowers at this farm, and you can see some of the strips of them in the background. You can tell horses like this apart pretty easily, but other things you can tell apart are the markings on their face. You'll notice that Picasso on the right has a much narrower stripe than Cabrilla on the left. You can also see that their manes fall on different sides. Picasso's is kind of everywhere, and Cabrilla's is combed to the right. It might be combed there, but they still have a part like people do, and it tends to fall on one side or the other. So even if these horses looked exactly the same, you could still tell them apart. Alright, we've done the 5 minutes and people are starting to trickle in, so I'm gonna go. Thanks for watching this little video. Hope you learned something. We've got a whole playlist about this. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you soon.